Hello, Daniel. We're still kicking. Well, I can't take all the credit. I made some coffee this morning, but I made the mistake of putting in a certain kind of creamer. And now it just tastes like I'm drinking gingerbread or something, like liquid gingerbread. It's not even hot anymore. It's just the most disgusting concoction I've ever concocted. Ugh. It has a lasting linger. And if that's redundant, I don't care. Here it's 12 o'clock in the midday, but my day, um. Well, if you can't get enough of me, there is a 24. I call it the 24/7 channel. It's just called Story Grub uh, Grows Grass, and not the fun kind. It's like watching grass grow. You go to that channel, and it's just nothing is happening and then all of a sudden something happens, and then nothing happens for years. It's a really cool channel, though. I really highly recommend. Hey, Pastor. I can't say that word. I'm sorry. You heard me. You heard me just then. I was trying really hard. Oh, okay. That's the light that makes it look brown. Weird. Makes it look like you're looking at it through a glass of piss or something. Jeez. Why would a light want to do that? Why would a light want to make you feel like you're looking at life through a glass of piss? I mean, it's bad enough when people get lost in the alcohol, they gotta look at art like they're looking through a glass of piss as well. Come on now. We're better than that, aren't we? We have standards. If I'm gonna look at life through a glass of piss, it's gonna be because I want to do it. It's like maybe like a kink or something. I don't know, but still, whatever. I'm getting over it already. I've said it enough times now that I think I'm gonna get sued by the people who look at life through glasses of piss industry. I'm pretty sure they own the patent. I shouldn't say anymore. They're gonna disappear me, and then I'm gonna reappear into a glass, half empty, half full, but absolutely to the brim with yellow pee. It's the kind of stuff that I want to talk about at 1 o'clock in the morning. I swear I fall asleep, I wake up, and it feels like it's been 8 hours, and I look over, it's been 2 hours. And I'm just wide awake. That's why it's funny, like the art club thing, because there's so much about the Fight Club when you translate it to like an artist. Because in my version of the art club, he's like a guerrilla artist, Tyler. But the narrator doesn't find out that he is Story Grub until the very end, and all that stuff. And it was so fun making that universe because like it ties in because how like all these sayings about art kind of correlate with the Fight Club as well, but like how art imitates life. And in this case, everything's so meta because Fight Club it informed my art club movie, but art club is a meta version of my life in a way, just like Fight Club is a meta version of some people's lives. I'm not talking about the schizophrenia or anything like that necessarily, but just the utter dismay that most people feel in this world where they're given endless choices but there's no solutions. Like there's no real answers to anything anymore. Nothing has truth. And so people are lost, more lost than probably ever, or at least since times where this sort of propaganda was used in mass against entire populations. Because it's all it is. Politics is propaganda, and it's the what do you call it? Not the red. Is it the red herring? Is that the right analogy? But it's the distraction. While the Wizard of Oz is just toiling away, there's this huge, all these distractions. Look over here. Look over here. I guess some things are new under the sun, except that these days we have much more powerful weapons that can take out the planet. It's never been like that before. I mean, not that we know of. I think that humans were actually able to harness nuclear weaponry long ago. When I say long ago, I'm talking, I don't know, thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, while they were building monoliths that could reach to the moon. Monoliths that stood the test of time and outlasted a cataclysm, and will outlast others. In my right hand is the blue pill. If you take it, you stay in Wonderland. And this seems like it just never happened. It was just a dream. In the other hand is the red pill. I'll take the red pill. I would rather know myself than be forced to be somebody else. Tried to be so many people. I've tried to be everything that everybody wanted me to be, and it didn't get me anywhere. It didn't get me anything except a lot of sadness and anger and love and fun. Hello, Tony, or Antonio. How far out thou, Antonio? I mean, how far out are you? Because we've been waiting for 20 minutes and we can't wait any longer. The pizza's gonna get cold by the time you get here, man. How far out are you, bro? It's so funny too because like when I watch my hand draw, because like I don't I when you're taught like to draw like this as a kid. Oh, hold on a second. I'm sure the mannequin question. Someone gave me one in my dreams and I don't know how to use it. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I highly recommend at least drawing on a mannequin once in your life. What the fuck am I doing? That's one of them. Here's the other one. She's got wings. Mannequins. They give you wings. Whee! I bought these mannequins in Idaho. And I actually had a pair of legs. that I drew on that I don't have anymore that live in somebody's house now. They bought them. Somebody finally bought those dang legs. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I've drawn on many a mannequin, and I have a full mannequin that I can put on wheels. And I used to when I came down here, I used to she was like in all the she was in the gosh, what do you when I was filming The Matrix, I think was the first time I sort of utilized her as a character in the shots. she, but it's like obviously a mannequin. It's like meant to just obviously be a mannequin. When Trinity is talking to Neo in the club, in my version of that. Um, Anyways, I don't draw on her because it would be fun to draw on her, but mannequins are hard to draw on. They're really slick and they move around a lot. So when you're drawing fine lines and such, um, it can be difficult to because sometimes they slip. I gotta have it in like a vice grip or something, mount it on something. That would be my recommendation. Or you can just go to some places and just buy an arm or a hand and just draw on that. But mannequins are very expensive. I've just gotten lucky sometimes. Oh, sorry. I'm not reading the comments. Hi, Luna. I love you too, Antonio. I love you too. And that's what it's all about. No rest for the wicked. No rest for the wicked! Besides, it's like weird. It's weird, this thing too, that in your brain that tells you that it's like wrong to wake up so early. It feels wrong. I don't know. But over the years, I've learned that it's like just the. Because what'll happen for me is I get up hella early like this, and I'll be up for like 3 or 4 hours. I'll go and lay down again and get like another couple hours maybe of sleep or an hour of sleep or something. And it's been like that. And a lot of people don't understand too that kind of stuff happens when you quit like using certain substances. Because once alcohol was gone, I started getting up earlier and earlier and earlier. And it's been like that for 14 years. That's right. On October 6th, it'll be 14 años. 14. Since I've had a drink. That's a good chunk of time. As the water heater comes on. Can't really. You guys can't. Hold on, I'm gonna mute it just because I'm gonna move the phone really quick so I can try to get a better angle for you guys. I think it's at least better. I don't know why there's always this like, because I don't see that in real life. Maybe it's for the comments. I wonder if it's for the chat because it's right above the chat. Interesting. Do you guys see that line? Is there a shadow right here, or is it just? Anyway, anyways, at least you can see this. Not that that's a good thing right now, but at least you can see it. And then you gotta wrap that lip around there. You gotta wrap the lip. The thing I love about drawing too is that it all you have to do is just sort of like with comic book art, for example, because I had a lot of I liked comic books a lot when I was a kid, but I would also it's kind of like when I go to shows or something, like a band plays. When I go to the show, I can enjoy myself, I guess, to a certain degree, but I'm more watching what they're doing and analyzing what they're doing, sometimes overanalyzing, and I can't get into the show because of that. And I'm like that with art too. When I go to art shows, I like what I like, and I'm kind of stubborn about it. Some stuff you just look at it and it's just like, nah, not for me. And not to be a snob, because I know that even that kind of the art that I don't like, or that doesn't move me anyways, I should say. Because I don't dislike anybody's art. It would be that it just doesn't move me in any way, shape, or form. And they might take that, and I'm sure they might say that about mine, but that's absolutely okay. But I overanalyze a lot in the moment, and I wish that I could, or I want to try to be better about appreciating the moments, and appreciating other people's talents. Just letting them fly that flag, fly their own little creative flag. And I do, obviously, but I there's always this little critic inside of me that wants to criticize or be cynical about everything. Because even like 10% of that kind of attitude is a lot. Yep, that's right, Therma. That's a lot. She's over there telling me knock knock jokes. Sometimes I just gotta sit and stare at this for a minute before I start drawing again. I like adding these little lines along the way too. Helps me see the shape of it all. Therma is loud this morning. Hello, Thatch. It would be fun to do. One of the reasons why I do these close-ups so much, and in this style, this sort of thing, and I don't do more of a Bob Ross sort of setup. First of all, is because, uh, it's a whole nother sort of element when you add yourself into the frame, like you as a person. With this kind of style, it's best for you to be up close, right? When you're doing a big, you know, painting of on a canvas or something, it might be different, because then obviously you can get different angles too. But I have one shot. I can't switch angles or switch camera angles, that kind of stuff. And I've tried. When I have done that out here, where I've been in the shot, where I'm like sitting there painting something, or just have these markers and whatever, going to town on something big. It sort of worked, but I really do. I my setup isn't that great, and I have to use my phone for all of this stuff. So I'm always trying to fidget around and find the right ways to make this work. because my tablet doesn't work out here. Like I'm using it for the music right now, but when I go live with it, when I go live here, the Wi-Fi messes with my signal. I don't know. It's just it lags a lot. But when I turn the Wi-Fi, so I can only use my phone in this house for this kind of thing, anyways. It's just really strange. But I always daydream about having like a studio to go into where there's like two cameras. One that I could like zoom in, and like one that you could see me doing it, and I could like talk to the camera and interact with people more. I think that'd be fun. And I could play all sorts of different characters. But I also daydream about it, yeah, being like a more of a variety show anyways, and having other people come and go. I always talk about this kind of stuff, but I never do it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god, it's so quiet when she turns off. But I love to turn her on. The water heater, jeez. All it takes is somebody in there like flushing the toilet, and it's like, oh, I gotta turn on the water heater. Oh, I have a job to do. It's like, why are you worried about the toilet? Why are you worried about, you son of a? I do love her though. She's different. She's built different. She's full of it. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say about comic books too, because with illustrate, well, this is like this with anything really. I'm not talking about just illustration, of course. With anything, any kind of creative endeavor, but like all you have to do, that when you watch an artist go, and they're just like adding little highlights here and there, just little teeny lines that just little accents that kind of hint at the mouth being there, or the nose, or the like in manga, like how they just do like this little teeny line, and it's like, but a nose is there because the shadow is perfect, with the angle of the face kind of thing, or the little mouth, or whatever it is, the eye. You don't have to do much to make a human think that what you just did is, because we search for those sorts of things in nature too, like faces and things that are familiar to us, and our mind seeks those out so we can make sense of the world around us. And art is no different, I guess. That's all I'm trying to say. What style is this? Oh, let me see. This is Sleepy Seahorse. I think this is Trippity Dippity Hippity Hop. I'll turn it up. I also like to rap over it, Billy, just so you know, just so in case I do it, don't be startled. It's coming. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Check this out. Hope you got your dancing shoes on. 1, 2. 4 times 4. Bitch. Shit. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Here we go, Billy. Hold 1 second. Yeah. Are we gonna, when does it start again?
Over there.
Over there?
No, this way goes 4 measures.
4 measures?
No, it's 16 over there. 4 times 4, bitch.
No, you said 4 times 4 10 seconds ago. I thought we were gonna fucking earthquakes now? God damn it. Son of a bitch. my god, we're rocking out over here. Billy, yeah, it's trippity dippity hippity hop. Just to answer your question. You know, I always use a net for when I'm catching grapes, because they it's just easier. You can get it. They fly around in bunches, and their wings are invisible. Grapes are strange little creatures, but they sure are tasty. That's why I could never be a vegan, because grapes are too good. I don't know what that meant, but it pissed me off. Pissed me right on off. Billy, this is just I had a name for it once. Um, that I can't remember what I called it though. It's just some asshole trying to make sense of the universe. This is me always trying to find the perfect drawing or make the perfect drawing or something. And that doesn't exist. So that's why I draw so much. Because I figure once I make that perfect drawing, then I'll quit. Because I won't have to draw anymore. And then I can finally do something with my life. I want to go to law school. I want to become a doctor. I want to travel to the moon, Billy. I want to travel back to the moon. Luna's already there. She's on moon base 13. And here I am, thinking I'm some kind of hot shot. More like a spoiled little rat coming out of the sewer searching for cheese that fell off somebody's pizza and landed in the gutter, Billy. It didn't have to be this way. I'm just an asshole. I'm just a weird asshole. I lost my job. I lost my life. I lost my dog and I lost my wife. And I wrote a song about it, Billy. Hold on, Billy. Seriously. Here, hold on. This doesn't make any sense, Billy, but it's gonna make sense to you now. You've got to do this. That's as far as we can get, Billy. Great questions, by the way. Great questions. Fantastic beasts. Lo siento to my Spanish-speaking friends. It was not my intention to rock out so damn hard, but, you know, it happens. It's what you call spontaneous human combustion. Exactly, Internet. Exactly. Everybody, the person with the... Gosh, what is that? I can't tell what that is. Is it a tiger? The person that said hi, I can't pronounce the name. That's Antonio. I call him Tony sometimes, you know? Just so you know. Because I can't pronounce the name. Yeah, oh, no. Oh, no wave. I like that. No wave. What kind of music do you play, bro? No wave. Whoa! Yeah. It's hot. Let's put an eyeball right here for some reason. Some kind of eyeball. I would say it's some kind of surrealism, but I don't know. It's hard to put a name on it. You can speak in runes? Does anybody remember the Nintendo game Mega Man? That was a badass game. And his little arm shot out. You could like, grapple onto things and stuff. Oh, Lydia Lunch. And Rita's Boy Rise Resident Qualcomm. I got 800. Blah, 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 blah. But I won't. It's not. I still have that game. Mega Man, yeah. I remember a specific time when my brother and I used to like play that game. And then every once in a while I'd have the privilege of like Gabe would be gone for a few hours and I'd be able to play it for a few hours by myself, you know? It's so funny to it was, man, 1991 when we were playing that. Hello, little face. Oh, that was the last song. Interesting. Okay, whatever. For some reason, YouTube held that message for review. I just learned how to turn that setting off, but I think it's important to have that on there for naughty people when they come by. Because a lot of young people watch my show. And if anything, I try to act and be a very responsible person for the children. Because it is the children that are our future. Okay, are they gone? Okay, yeah, they're gone. Okay, the kids are out of the room. Okay, cool. Now that the adults are here, you know, what the fuck? Come on, shit. I'm just kidding. What are we talking about? Where you live, Luna? Oh, Luna lives in on Moonbase 13. You don't remember? We've had this talk about 1,300 times. I mean, we talk about this all the time. I'm on 14. She's on 13. The Australians are on 9 or 11. I think they're on 11. I can't tell anymore. The Dutch were on 5 until they realized that I believed in UFOs, and then they stopped watching. Remember that, Passer? And it's like, and I mean, I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong, but just to like shut it down completely. But then that they never came back after that. It was kind of funny. It was because I was so convincing. It's like, motherfucker, we are aliens. We don't belong here. We're the biggest, weirdest freaking aliens of the bunch. Humans should not exist. We're an insane bunch. And at the rate we're going, at the rate human beings are going, like as far as evolution and stuff is concerned, in like, you know, several generations from now, we're gonna look like grays. We're gonna have huge heads, like we're gonna shed the pinky. We're gonna have like four fingers on each hand. We're gonna have big old dinguses and big old boobs and stuff. It's gonna be awesome. I mean, I don't know what everybody's so worried about. I want the future now, god damn it. I want those boobies. Gray boobs. Oh, Gray Boobs. That would be a good name for a band. Lydia Lunch and the Gray Boobs. And dinguses. And dinguses. Represent. That's right, Passer. You guys are on number 11. So many Australians used to watch. So many other ones used to watch too. And not anymore. They moved on to bigger, better things. It was an honor while it lasted, though. Passer's been with me for several decades now. My wingman. My left hand, right hand man. Very confusing at times, but somehow we always get the job done, don't we? Do you remember the avalanche of 1972 in the Appalachian Mountains of Georgia? Yes, I remember that too. Only happened in our dreams, they said. Nobody believed us when we came back down from the hill after saving that wild coven of coyotes. It was a wonderful time. Best summer of my life. We survived solely off of coyote dung that entire winter and walked out free, very full, satisfied men. You can live on it, but it tastes like shit. Oh. Melbourne? You're not from Melbourne, internet. Are you really? There's a nice song about that. Passer. A Dutch band. Clinic Stay. Adventure. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Well, for starters, I wanted to draw an arm. Sometimes you've got to just draw, find out what happens, to find out why it happens. Oh. This is Sleepy Seahorse. This is some cool stuff too. A little hand. Upload that song. What time is it? Yeah, it's 10 to 3, actually. How long have I been on here? 40 minutes? Oh, that's right. I came out here and just like stood around for a while because I didn't know what the hell to do. I just come out here because I just can't stand being in the bedroom. And sometimes I come out here, I just sit here. I don't know. I just like, it's not really pacing. I just stand here and just stare in silence at nothing. Because I just don't know. I literally just don't know what move to make next sometimes. It's easy to get discouraged. Too easy sometimes. Almost 8 p.m. there? Cool. Command and Conquer? Is that a video game? If it is, I'm sorry because I don't know anything about video games. And I think Pastor's been here long enough maybe to hear this, but it's not for lack of wanting to play video games. I'm hella jealous of people that get to do that. I just I just never have time to do anything. This is all I want to do. If I'm not drawing or working on something like this, I guess it's weird too because I set these little goals for myself maybe, where with my channel anyways, I've been trying. I'm a few away from having 2,000 subscribers. Like when I logged on this morning, I was 8 away. So to me, that's like a huge milestone, and it's a really, really, really big deal to me because I've been working really hard at building this channel up by myself and from scratch. And you know, in the last couple weeks, my numbers for my videos have been like falling. They were like going up for a little bit and like kind of averaging at a certain amount that I was like, whoa, cool. And then all of a sudden they all started going down again, and I'm just like, ah. But at the same time, they don't have as many views, but they have a lot of likes, which means a lot to me. And people have been very, very supportive in the comments. Besides that Jesse Wells video, geez. People freaking hate me. It's like they just judge my entire character based on this like parody that I did of some kid they don't even know. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, besides that one has more views than anything right now, though. That's like my top video. It's crazy. It's like people don't understand parody at all. And but people like I was just reading some of the comments this morning, and sometimes I get questions from people that I can't answer because it won't. I try to find a photo or something that people are referring to. Like somebody's like, "How long did this take you?" And I try to find what they're asking, and I can't get to it for some reason. So it's just like I try to get to everybody's comment, at least like them, and show you that I read them and stuff. You know, because it's such a different YouTube. And this sort of platform is just so different, and it's perfect for somebody like me, you know. So that's why I get discouraged when with these ups and downs of on the channel, because I don't know what to do. Sometimes it seems like the videos are doing all right, and then all of a sudden nothing happens. I'm like, or I work for a long time on a video versus one that it took me like 12 seconds to do, and nobody watches the one that, you know. Again, this is just first world problems. It's not the end of the world or anything. It's just an observation. But and it's also just fascinating too, because you do I have over time sort of shifted my like kind of narrowed my channel down into a certain, you know, not a brand, but a certain, you know, vision, I guess, maybe. And it's silly and all this stuff, but it's sort of like controlled chaos, hopefully. And I appreciate when people are real with me, and I try to be real with them while I'm throwing in my weird ass sense of humor. I'm even when I'm being silly and goofy, I'm being honest. And I really want us all to go bowling sometime. Hey, Blacksmere. Have a ball, y'all. Have a good day at work. Seeing that kind of stuff too, where, you know, you guys are chatting with me. It makes me feel less alone in the world. And then somebody just stops by to say hi on their way to work. It's like the coolest thing, you know. And I really that kind of stuff just like makes my freaking day. Oh, what did I miss? Open your comments on shorts. You can't even open your comments on shorts. Let's see. I know. I'm trying to think why. Because that's on my phone versus my tablet and that sort of stuff. It seems like there are different permissions or something. Um, that's weird though. Maybe that's hmm. Yeah, because I get a lot of comments. I got a ton of comments on that Jesse Wells, and every single one, I'm like, dude, you totally got it wrong. Like, and people still come on there and just like berate me for like no reason. And if they would just take 2 seconds to like rewatch it after hearing what I have to say, then they'd be like, oh, okay, you know. It's just kind of stupid because people just react. And I guess I was like that. All I did was react to videos without really like even looking at other videos on my channel to realize, oh, he just does parodies of stuff. And this is about art, like visual. It's the song is about like visual artist. It's not about a musician. It's not about Jesse's uncle. It's like, you know, it's like the stupidest thing. People are like, you're so wrong about him. And I'm like, why are you defending this guy? Like, what are you getting out of this? Does it make you feel good to like it's like, and then they like put me down and stuff. It's just like bizarre. Which I'm not. It's not new. It's nothing new under the sun. But it's just like, wouldn't you want to read a few comments or just like read the description at least before you just totally rip somebody apart for no reason? If Jesse has a problem with it, then he could tell me. And I told him, you know, meet me in the song. I said, meet me at the bike racks at 3 o'clock, Jesse, and we'll figure this out. And he said he would. He never came. So I guess I won the fight. I won the battle, not the war. Just kidding. The beginning of the end. I'm only as talented as your eyes are willing to see. Some people would say more like schmalented, you know what I mean? Talented schmalented. I know at least 12 people who have told me that in this life. and the next, and the body count just keeps going. The beginning of the end, it just keeps going. Let me take one more. I'll go. What time is it where you are, internet? What time is it where you are? 12:01. Cool. I don't drink, friend. Otherwise, I probably would. I don't drink. Otherwise, I more than likely would take a sip of that because I would then be a drinker. But I have plenty of pine cones to smoke. I live in a forest in Antarctica. I was just watching this documentary actually on Antarctica, looking for reasons to hate it. And then, did you know that like over like 5,000 people live down there? There's like these crazy bases that are basically just like huge cities that are down there that go underground and stuff like that. There's all sorts of weird stuff going on down there. And I think it's like one of the only places on Earth that like everybody owns it. Every country owns it. You know what I mean? They don't. There's not one country that owns it or whatever. And it's just a really interesting place. And there's an alien there called the Thing, and almost it almost took over the world. Kind of an It's just an interesting place. You should Google it sometime. It does exist. The scientists would have you believe that it's not even there, but oh goddamn it is. Oh, you surely goddamn it dams of all hell and injustice in the world. It is. It absolutely is. It's there. I promise. I remember Andrew Bird, Admiral, Admiral Bird. Oh, he saw something and he was told not to say anything, but he talked about it on his. He told about. I was trying to say told and talked. He spoke about it on his death. He spoke about it on his deathbed. I like to roll my R's. R's. Uh, I'm very lonely. I like thinking about my home as if I actually lived there. Otherwise, living on Antarctica would be absolutely unbearable. Especially with all the bears. Big ass, big ass black brown bears. Polar opposites of the polar bears. Polar opposites. But you know what they say, polar opposites attract. I think polar bears are just a distraction. Something sexy to dangle in front of our eyes while they pull the wool over our butts and call us goodwill hunting. You ever seen that movie? I've never seen it. Anything that takes place in Boston? No, thank you. Oh my god. Baston. Flying saucers when Nazis escaped. Wait, are you talking about Hellboy? Called the North Pole. Polar opposite. Man, the Nazis were doing some crazy stuff though. I mean, it's actually real that they were looking into all sorts of like crazy ancient technology and you know, trying to find things all over the planet to like help win the war. Like they, a lot of that is actually true, and they were trying to find ways to like do time, like experiments with time. And um, what a trip. I mean, that's nothing. That's maybe that's just a normal thing too, because humans have always sort of done that. When we used to go to hand in hand combat, back in medieval days and stuff. But there were like people that would try to curse the other side and throw magic on the whole thing and ask their gods to help them win wars and things like that. And we still do that to this day. We ask gods to help us freaking win basketball games. And then we don't say anything when they lose. We're not like, wait a second, I prayed we played and we still lost. What the heck? Losers work in mysterious ways, children. I'm not making fun of gods. I'm just making fun of God. What am I doing back again? My cat is being all flirty. My little abs. Aleister Crowley and Wiccan. Something. Well, and there are things that I believe, you know, there's ancient technology that, I've talked about this a lot on my channel, where I think we've lost so much of our potential, and we've been dumbed down for centuries and centuries, if not. I mean, I think that, you know, one of the things that I like to daydream about or whatever, think about, is that, you know, this is all like hypothetical, whatever, but, at one point, humans, like, whatever, 50,000 years ago or something like that, humans were all over the planet building these crazy structures and pyramids and megaliths all over the freaking planet, like acupuncturist would put needles over a body so we could harness energy and do certain things with, even the earth was at a different tilt back then, and then this cataclysm happened about, I don't know, what is it, like 14, 16,000 years ago, somewhere in there, and it wiped out a lot of those people in a lot of these places, and sea levels rose, pushed everybody inland. It's like, in, like, what Grant Hancock says, like, we're a species with amnesia. It's like the 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 Earth's tilt changed by a few degrees or something, and it's like it switched something off inside of our brains, and we lost touch with who we were. And then we found these ancient ruins, and some of us, like, just built on top of them, or just moved right in and started building, and taking credit for them. And because who wouldn't do that? What what king or whatever person that was trying to stay in power or show power, who wouldn't, like, move into one of those things and just take it over, and just because, they're not tombs. They're not tombs. They weren't built for that, anyways. So that's what I think, anyways. I don't know. I've never been to Egypt. I've never seen a picture of a pyramid. I've never watched a documentary, but I know what I'm talking about, because I heard a child talking about it once, and that's what I choose to believe. That child was very, very smart. He's a very smart 2.5-year-old. No, I'm just playing. There's just so many weird anomalies with all these places and all these structures, like, all over too, and how they correlate with each other. Even if they were separated by time, that doesn't mean, because people assume that, oh well, they couldn't have built them. The same people couldn't have built them all because they're centuries apart or something. But they don't have to be. They could still be the same people, the same race of people that were scattered, all over the planet. Once this cataclysm happened, and taught those people, and then gradually things got built or whatever it was. I don't know. It's just a theory. And then those eventually, and, like, that's why every culture talks about giants and Nephilim and things like that. And That's why they all cultures have the same stories and the myths and the flood and all this, really. And to me, it's just all that stuff's just super interesting. It's fascinating to think of what humans had to go through, as a species, and to look at what we've become, you know. Like we endured so freaking much just to get to a place now where just there's still just endless suffering. There's cool stuff too, but too much suffering in my opinion. Something about the overshadowing of that. Anyways, let's see. I think Sumerians and that could be a whole lot of things we don't know. Oh, absolutely. Sumerians were a trip. And then you look at things like the Mahabharata, like in it they talk about the Vimanas, and they talk about these wars with these basically like spaceships that were that were in the sky, and they were letting loose all of these other little spaceships that were coming out and fighting each other, and there was like atomic weapons being used, and there's evidence of atomic weapons being used not only on this planet but on frickin' Mars. Like the kind of atomic energy that can only be found by detonating nuclear bombs, not like solar radiation or asteroid radiation or anything like that. It's a certain specific kind of radiation that can only be, you know that's, again, you never know what the fuck is up and down anymore because everything's just so whatever. But because this is something that I've heard and that I was told by a Martian named Greg, and I believe him. I believe Greg. He's a good Martian man. He's a good Martian man. He would never lie to me. Yeah, they say, what is it? They say Pluto isn't a planet as well, which is very convenient, wouldn't you say? Considering that I'm part Plutonian, I take offense to that. I mean, if it's not a planet, it's at least a big ass moon. It's a planet to us. Plutonia. This is the Plutonian song. Everybody's living on Plutonia. Living out here is fun, but dangerous. Everybody's dancing underneath the sun in Plutonia. In Plutonia. Oh, it ended. Oh, this is the Mercury song. Fuck this song. The Mercurians are just a bunch of assholes. Pluto. Ceres. Or Planet X. I'm just lucky to be alive to even fathom such things. To be able to do anything. To exist is the gift. It sure is confusing. but better once you just let go. It's like Spanish in a way. Because Spanish is lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo, domingo. Hello, Pogs. I hope you brought your A game today because I'm at a solid B minus. But I'm shooting for the stars. You know, this is how I talk. Absolutely. This is how I talk. There's just something about the way that I talk that makes me not want to talk at all. Have you ever thought to yourself, why is it so bad? Have you ever looked into the forest with the eyes of your dear dad? Father once walked out there before you were born and lived with the trees and Bigfoot disease. Now he'll eat some cheese in the trees of life. I wrote this song when I was 7 years old. I never had a glass of milk before. And there was buttermilk and it was thick like cottage cheese, and I sucked it down my mouth hole. Then it came back up and I thought I was born again, but the doctor said no. You little bastard, you're dead. then he told me to tune the goddamn ukulele, but I didn't listen to him. Now look at me. Now would you just look at me? It's okay, I'm coming back. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Perfect. Oh gosh. Well, it's about that time, everybody. Wait, oh gosh. In Scandinavian, Tuesday is Thursday. That's funny. Because there's the in America we call Tuesday. Wait, we call Thursday Wait, what? Exactly, Angel. I should probably go and lay down and try to get some sleep. So, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. In reality, I'm probably just gonna go in there and watch some pitch meetings. I love watching pitch meeting. It's so funny. I like watching all these stupid reviews because these are the shows that, well, I started watching Cinema Sins a long time ago, and which led me into like review channels that people, just like indie people indie people, independent like dudes who just like review like Red Letter Media, those guys. It led me to them eventually, but so I watch a lot of commentary on movies that I like to watch. I like that because I like film. I like movies. I always have, and I've always wanted to make one, but it's hard. And I don't want to get reviewed by these guys that I watch. They rip me apart. But anyways, it's kind of like Monday here in the States now because it was the 3-day weekend holiday. So it's like a typical Monday now for everybody else. But I hope everybody out there has a good day. And if you're going to sleep like I am, sweet dreams, internet, sweet dreams. Pogs, you take care of yourself. Yes, Luna. Love you, Luna. You take care as well. That chin is like nuts. It is. It kind of is. Which actually is actually a perfectly fine comment because, that if ever there was a comment that described my art, it would be that. So what do you think of this drawing, sir? Well, you see that? Do you see that chin right there? Yeah. In the middle there. Looks like I mean it. It looks like testicles. I mean, look. What are you talking about, son? Now just look at it. I mean, it balls. It's testicles, man. Come on. It's right there. It's the chin. It's nuts. Son, you need to go home. You're drunk. Everybody's like, yeah, chin nuts. Jesus. Chin nuts. That's great. Oh, man. It's funny because what I was thinking was right here, and that shape right there just reminds me of like like a boob and like the side of like a ribs right there, the side of a belly or something, or whatever. Because back here it's like a hip. Like if you look at it, like this person is putting their hand on their hip with that. Oh, can't see it. There we go. With like that, it could be the hip right there. So this would be like another boob, and that could be the chin could also be another boob to this boob, and the belly would be in here, and they're kind of like hunched over. I don't know. It's a weird drawing, but I see it. I see the chin nuts. Don't think I don't. I'm too drunk to spell tonight. Nietzsche's a hard one to spell, my friend. Let's not mention the nose. Let's not mention the junk. Let's not mention the trunk with the junk in it. The chunk and the drunk. Who thunk it? Who drunk it? Who trunk it? That's a solid slam dunk. Anyway, sorry. I'll go. Thank you for the company, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I need to figure out a sketch. I want to write a sketch again. I like writing scripts. I just kind of write them on these big pieces of paper and kind of like cue cards, and it's because I haven't been writing scripts for these little ones that I do. I just sit down and just ad lib, and then cut them together, you know. So except for like the ones where I'm being interviewed, those are scripted and those are fun to do. I just want them to be. I could do those all day, but it's like I don't, you know, I don't want to just do them willy nilly. I want them to be like entertaining and interesting and weird, like random. I like random, and so I don't know. I might do that. Abby, what do you got? Hey, what you got? Ah, no, no, no. What is that? Where'd it go? No. Oh, don't eat it. Ah, she just ate a bug. Okay. Ah, Abby. She's like a little. She'd be like a good barn cat. She'd be like a little mouser. Anyways, yeah. So I might hang out here and just try to write a script of some kind. Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, y'all take care now. I love you. I love you. God damn it. God damn it, I love you.